Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Stacy. Thank you so much for clicking on to this video. It is late, although I feel like that is on trend for this particular setup. This is the sticker journaling process for October. I am several days behind. Just really struggled to get motivated and figure out what sticker kit I was going to use for the month. But I think I've settled on a really cute set, and I can't wait to show you what it is and get this process started and see how everything turns out. So if you're curious and you want to see the October sticker journaling setup, stick around. All right, so I have decided to go ahead and use the Cottagcore sticker set from Paper Trail Plans. I'm sure that this is a very popular shop for most journalers, and I am not a huge fan of Halloween. I'm gravitating more and more away from it, and I really just wanted to do something more uplifting, brighter, and not so much darkness. So I opted for this set because it is very bright and very colorful. I don't typically gravitate towards such bright colors, and I just really felt like this was speaking to me because it just seemed very light, very positive, very whimsy, just super positive, and I just feel like I really need that. So let's just take a look real quick of these sticker sheets. It's so whimsical, and it just feels so like what is the word, just like down to earth, nature, just very positive, and the colors are just so vibrant, but it's also like autumn themed, like harvest themed, and I just really think it's beautiful. So you've got some pumpkins here, you've got some dolls, you've got this storefront that I absolutely love. You've got some scenes out in the country. There's like some hay bales. There's another cottage. That house is so pretty. I love it. A little barn. You've got her in her little autumn outfit, out for a stroll. These bows are absolutely gorgeous. I'm like obsessed with bows right now. And now that I think about it, I really should pull out some scrapbook paper that I picked up from Hobby Lobby that I think would match with this really well. So we're going to take a look at that. But another little door scene right here. This looks like a little bit of a lake, but just look how sweet and serene all of these scenes are. It really makes me happy. And I just really want that vibe for October. I don't want dark and mystic. I want light, like a lot of light. This one says some quotes. So keep your soul open to soft-winged moss, wildflowers, and all the quiet wonders this world still offers. How lovely the silence of giving things. Slow down and enjoy life. Somewhere between a wildflower patch and a farmhouse porch, I found home. I take my morning tea with the birds and the trees and the bumbling bees. It was a beautiful autumn day with air like cider and a sky so blue you could drown in it. Oh, how she loved to be home. it's up to you to see the beauty in everyday things. So really cute. And you've got like some journaling pieces and these beautiful flowers. Got a little bit of a hint of pumpkin in there, and like just a bunch of clusters. These are like long strips, and they get some little, just, I don't know, the combinations of these colors are really pretty. And then I've got some extra sheets in here. Yeah, this goes in there. It was from the email freebies. So if you go to Paper Trail Plans and join their like newsletter, once she has releases, there's like a code word in the email. You have to scroll all the way to the bottom, and if you put that in the notes, you get the little freebie sticker sheet. So that is super generous. I picked up the foiled deco, and then look at this beautiful scene right here. It's so pretty. And then you've got washi strips. I opted to buy 2 sheets so that I had enough to like go across the page. And then these ones are journaling deco frames. So I'm gonna grab the scrapbook kit that I picked up from Hobby Lobby quite some time ago. I don't think I've even used it yet, but I really feel like it's going to match and I might be able to incorporate it. So we're gonna come back to seeing how well it goes together, but I just wanted to share these. They're like sticker flakes, and they are inverted. She offers them inverted, so you could put them back to back. So let me open these up. I'll just grab like these apples, but you can see those are the images. Make sure you're in frame. And then if I grab it from the inverted pack, they're the opposite. So you could put them like back to back. So you could either do like some Dutch door pages, or you can like put them like on a paper clip. There's a lot of things that you could do with these, and I just think it's really fun option. So I don't really have a plan per se. I just kind of go with my usual setup, and then I just kind of sorry, I wanted to grab that scrapbook paper. I just kind of go with the flow and see how things kind of turn out just as I start doing the pages. Things kind of come together. Okay, so so I've picked up these cases from Hobby Lobby. I know that these are very similar to another company that makes these, but the difference between these two is these will fit a 12 by 12 scrapbook paper pad, and the one that the other company makes, it's not the same measurements. So like I have these, so this is the Coquette stickers design from Hobby Lobby, and I feel like the designs are very similar, that I could kind of like incorporate these if I needed to, if I needed some more variants. I picked these up. I think I just kind of threw everything that was like bow related in this this little folder. So these are like transfers, and then they've got like these gems. Here are some vinyl stickers, bow stickers, so I could really maybe incorporate these. This one, it's very similar, some washi strips, but these are probably just maybe too pinkish. Here is scrapbook paper. I just want to see. So you've got some blues and pinks, hearts. These florals I might be able to use. Let's just grab a few sheets here. They're close. It's just missing like the orange in there. This is a possibility. Got some cherries. Oh, the swans are cute. Did I see swans in here? I've got a little chicken, rooster, whatever that is. There's a duck. I mean, you might see a swan out in the pond, so maybe not. Okay, just a couple of possibilities in there. These I think would match because it's got that like rustic kind of feel to it. We've got these kind of die cuts. We've got some frames in here, but I may not use these because this will add bulk. And then these are the scrapbook papers behind there. So I'm just going to keep out, I think the little scrapbook paper, the 6x6, and then we'll see how things go. Okay, so yeah, these are a possibility. I certainly won't use all of them, but in the event that I want to do like a front and back, that might be an option. And then these, yeah, we'll just see. But I feel like this reminded me of that kit. That's why I brought the whole thing out. Okay, so let's see. Let me go ahead and see what we've got going on here. As you can see, I've gotten a little more than halfway through my journal. I think I need to go back in and fill out a couple of items. I did pretty good with orders. I don't think I really ordered anything else, and here I didn't. Oh no, I did check off the Cottagcore, and I need to record my social media, and as you can see, I've got a little bit of things filled out for gratitude and prayers. I usually keep a couple of pages for memory keeping, so I think I'm going to start here. And as a reminder, I usually do like, if you're new to my channel, I do a calendar page, a this month page, order tracker, new releases, social media, and then I do something with gratitude and a prayer list. And I'm just trying to think if there was anything else I wanted to add, but I do believe that I'm going to do light gold again, which I was thinking that I need to I need to order more of these from Paper Trail Plans, and I was thinking also that I needed to try to switch up my gold, like for the rest of the year, or I'm not going to have anything left. Um, so yeah, I just got to kind of keep that in mind when I plan for November and December. So December, I'm pretty sure I'm going to use silver, and then for um, November, I can try to use rose gold, or I'll just use the last of this gold and then order more. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put you on fast forward, and you will get voiceover Stacy.
All right, so as I mentioned, I didn't have an exact plan in terms of how I was going to do this setup aside from picking out the sticker kit. I usually will try to plan ahead and decide which washi tape I was going to use. And I did go ahead and pull a scalloped because I thought that the scalloped was kind of whimsy. It kind of plays into the whole um, sticker kit from Paper Trail Plans, and I think it turns out pretty good. I will end up skipping over most of this just so you can see how I ended up with the cuts. I ended up trying to carry the scallop all the way around instead of like making like straight cuts, and I think it turned out pretty good. There's a section in the bottom left like it didn't round off very well, but I ended up using a sticker to cover that up. Um, this was really fun to do, this whole setup, but it was also difficult because I feel like the more sticker sheets you have, the harder it is to choose what you're going to use. Because in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, if I use this here, that means I can't use it on another page. And so yeah, it's just really hard. This sheet is a full sheet, and I didn't realize it at first, but it wasn't cut. I'm not really sure what the intent of this sticker sheet is because um, I don't know. I guess maybe it is an inverted image. So maybe you could fold it over on a page at the bottom. I'm not really sure, but I ended up using my gyro cut to just kind of cut out the scene from the sticker sheet, and I laid it on that right side of the page. I'm sure I'll find a use for the other side of it, but yeah, that was definitely very interesting. I'll have to search paper trail plans, maybe the Instagram page, maybe people have tagged her and will, I'll be able to see how they use it. But I love this other scene. Um, it's a really big sticker clustered and it just fit perfectly in that left hand side. And so, per usual, I'm just finding different elements to fill up the page. I laid down this tree feeling like, I would have it sort of elevated in the background, but it's like almost right on top of the other tree. And it looks kind of funny. But the one thing about washi stickers, for the most part, once you stick them down and like push them into the paper, they don't come up very easily. So you will see later on in the video, I do use undo. That is my best friend, especially with washi tape type stickers. It just helps them lift up a lot easier. All right, so at this point, I need to fill that white space in the top section, and I love a corner floral sticker. I feel like if you have nothing else, you can never go wrong with a corner floral sticker. It just brings so much to a page, and I'm going to go ahead and carry it to the right-hand side. So as I'm filling up the pages, I have to ask, I always feel very awkward with the voiceover, I feel like you can see what it is that I'm doing. And so I'm just very curious. Do you enjoy like a voiceover walkthrough, talk through of my process, or would you rather listen to some sort of music and just kind of watch me do my thing? I'm very curious. Um, I watch other content creators, and I'm not sure that I have a choice myself, which is weird for me to ask you when I don't have a choice, a preferred choice of myself. I think it just kind of depends the kind of mood that I'm in. I don't mind a voiceover, but I also feel like usually those are in a very short format. This video is almost an hour long, and I was actually quite surprised, but I did do a lot more in the setup. And so I'm just very curious. Would you spend an hour? Do you want to spend an hour with a voiceover, or would you have rather that I done some music? So, if you would do me a favor and answer down below what is your preferred method when it comes to like these long process videos. All right, so back to the voiceover in the meantime. Um, I opted to use these like dangling letter charms this time for the month. And I was actually kind of surprised that it wasn't the full month spelled out in the charms. For some reason, I thought they were, but instead they were abbreviated. But that's totally fine. I liked the thought of pairing it with the um, bows that were on a garland. And so I was kind of just looking, okay, what could I fill the other side of the page? In hindsight, I really should have used a this month, maybe pulled out the letters to do this month hanging on that garland. But I think ultimately it still stands out. All right, so for my monthly, I opted to use the larger abbreviated letters instead of using the abbreviated week. And I feel like a lot of the choices that I made with this spread, they're just very whimsical. They just fit the theme really well. I'm very pleased with the choices I made. And these are my favorite setups when I don't come in with the plan. I pick the sticker kit and then I just kind of like grab things from my desk and my stash. As I start working through the process, I remember that I have things that match with the theme. Like, so for example, the scrapbook kit and pages and sticker sheets that I had from Hobby Lobby, those are going to come into play later too. It's just really fun to kind of like play around, be creative, and then all these ideas start coming to you. And that's sort of why this has been delayed, is that I wasn't really inspired to start this monthly setup until now. And it was really funny because I think I started it sometime around maybe 7 o'clock in the evening, and it was about midnight when my husband came into the door, and he's like, "You're still awake?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "It's almost midnight." I was like, "Get out! I can't believe that." But I was watching Gilmore Girls. It's on repeat, so I was just sitting there watching, creating, just having a really good time. So I really love how these come out. I love the calendar. Again, colorful date stickers, very whimsical, very fun. I'm just so pleased with how vibrant and colorful and cheerful this spread is coming out to be. All right, so I finally decide to use this hanging planter to hang from the garland at the top, and using my third to last this month strip in the light gold. Um, what are these called? headers, maybe. I did end up ordering all of the collection in light gold this week because later on you'll see me move. I think it's the prayer list that I have to lift up and move it. And I realized that it's not the first time I've had to do that. And so it was the last one. And I just did not want to go into the rest of the year not having the light gold because I never know when I'm going to use it. Okay, so now we're doing our little highlights here, and I mess up royally. I very well could have cut this out of the video, but I wanted to show you, you know, practice, practice, practice. I'm still not very good at making straight lines, and so I had to fix it. You can fix anything, honestly. Undo is your best friend, extra paper, stickers, and a glue stick as your best friend, I simply cut the page out of the back of the book and cut it down to fit that area. And I'm going to go back and redo the lines. And it's like it never happened. So, yeah, practice makes perfect. And if it's not perfect, and royally messed up, you can still fix it. So here we go. We're just gonna do the lines, and yeah, it's good. All right, so now I'm just looking for some additional elements, like a quote, and then I ended up finding this real skinny strip of florals, and I feel like that was a perfect addition to cover the strip of paper because it was sticking up just a little bit, and now like you can barely tell that it's there. All right, so now we're going to go into the order tracker, and I decided that I was maybe going to do another scalloped, but I think as I was looking at my previous order trackers, there is a lot of grid in that one, and I think the scallop really wasn't going to work. So I decided to go with this washi tape is from Simply Gilded. It's just like a strip of florals and some bows. I'm not sure how well you can see it in this view, but yeah, I end up doing this grid. I do make it a little bit shorter than I did last month because I really do need to cut back on my ordering. I say this every month. I'm trying to think. I did place a paper trail plans order because, again, I needed more of the light gold. She did have a new release that, I've been trying to ignore my emails so that I don't feel enticed to order anything. Um, but, I needed something, so I might as well add to the cart the other new things that were available. Um, I think it was like a coffee theme, and I thought I can use that for November. So, yeah. Anyways, shorter list. I do need to add some things that have carried from previous months, specifically, let's see, I'm trying to remember the name of the company. The Rosy Life Planner. I have a monthly theme box. It is Coffee 2.0. And then the Advent will be coming in sometime in November, I'm assuming. She usually ships it out, which I'm very curious about. There will be tariffs, I believe, added to those boxes, and I'm really unclear about how I go about paying those, how I'm going to be notified, because this was ordered before all of that kind of went down. So I've been just kind of keeping an eye on my emails for that purpose, anyways. But yeah. All right. So getting into some quotes, and please ignore the phone ringing in the background. Um, anyways, um, cute quote layered with that medallion. I think it finishes that bottom section really well. And now I seem to go into that same pattern. I start at the bottom and then work my way up. Sometimes I do start at the top and then work my way bottom, and then I just kind of repeat that pattern page after page. But florals um, for the win. That is my go-to every single time. And I'm really glad with the amount of washi strips and florals that were in this kit, because I didn't feel like I needed to hoard them, or use them sparingly. So you'll see them come in throughout this spread. And now we've got order tracker up there at the top, just filling in a couple of more florals just to give a little bit more character to the scene at the bottom. All right, so now we're moving to the right side of the page. I knew that I wanted to do a Dutch door waterfall, if you will, with those inverted um, images. And in hindsight, after I was editing the video, I said to myself, I really could have used those big leaves and kind of put them in the background of her. I wish I did, but I still think it comes out really good. So I opted for just these two images. Um, I don't like a doll to be floating on the page, so I definitely needed to ground her with something. So I chose another strip of florals, and I'm going to, well, I meant to use the washi cutter to cut them. It ended up ripping on its own, but it ripped in a perfectly good spot. It didn't rip in the middle of a flower or anything, so I just allowed it to carry to the next page. And then I used the remaining piece up here at the top, just making sure that it's laid on straight. Okay, so these sticker flakes are sort of like a vinyl type sticker. They were very hard to get off the backing. It does have like a um how do you call it? It's not kiss cut, it's the opposite. It has an outline, so the trick is just to peel the outline piece off of it. And yeah, they're just really, really sticky to the clear backing. All right, so I broke out my cutting mat and my gyro cut. I love this tool so much. I found this through, I think it's Amy Plans Things, Priya from, I think it's now Priya's, or she used to be Priya's Creative Vibes, I believe. I'll tag her down below, but they use this tool very often. It works so good. um, you can find them, I believe, on Amazon, but make sure you buy the name brand Gyro Cut because the dupes are not the same. They do not work the same. This works seamlessly, and the dupes are not. They're just not as good. All right, so inverted stickers, again, hard to peel up, so I cut that piece out for you, and I'm just sticking it on the back side of the page. All right, so I decided to switch up the florals, go with a like gingham pattern because again, she needs to be grounded on something. And I misjudged like how sticky this sticker is. It's not exactly washi tape. So I had a really hard time lifting it off of her boots. I was starting to rip the color off of her boots, so I decided to lay a pumpkin over them to cover up the washi pattern. And I think it turned out just fine. It's like she's standing behind the very beautiful blue pumpkin and that little, I think it was a flower. All right, so it's like she's heading out into the pumpkin patch. So I grabbed this cluster of pumpkins to be right there at the bottom of the floor. This is going to be my social media page. And I was trying really hard to use the sticker sheets. I opted to use this to record my numbers. Um, and I don't think this sticker sheet is the same material as the sticker flakes because surprisingly, I was able to lift the red box at the top very easily. I was very shocked, honestly, because I thought it was going to be the same as the sticker flakes, although I don't think I tried to lift it. Um, I just feel like it felt differently. So I could be wrong. It might be the same type of sticker paper, but again, I was very pleased that these boxes lifted so that I could do the right placement for it. But yeah, this is going to be my social media page. I will end up putting my numbers of followers for YouTube and for Instagram, which, interesting enough, my YouTube numbers went up and my Instagram numbers went down. um, I won't get into the why of it all, but yeah, it's okay. It doesn't really matter that much to me. I would love to just again see my numbers grow. Just to feel like I'm doing this for a reason, for a real reason that people enjoy watching my content. But, you know, it's even if I have 1,000 followers, I don't know that 1,000 followers would actually watch my videos. So, whoever you are, thank you for being here. And if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you will be notified when I post new videos. But thank you. Thank you for being here. And if you haven't voted or told me what your preference is in terms of voiceovers or music for these sped up process videos, make sure you let me know. Let me know down below if you've watched the last, I don't know, 30 minutes of it. You might have a change of opinion. I don't know. You let me know. All right. So as you noticed, I did pull in some of those bow stickers. I'm so happy that I remembered that I had them and that I used them because I am a collector. Um, there are some things that I hoard that I'm like, oh, like what if I never find these again? But generally, I want to use them. And the problem is, again, I'm a collector. I have so much that I forget what I have and then I don't use them. So I'm glad that I'm using these. All right, so now I am working on my gratitude and prayer list section. And this is where I mentioned previously in the beginning that I don't really come in this with a plan. I have my regular setup, right? I have my monthly, and then I do the this month, so the calendar and this month, and then the next page is the order tracker, social media, and then I always do something, or at least I try to do something creative with my gratitude and prayer list. And I just kind of let it come to me. I don't plan it ahead. I just kind of do the pages and then I go with the flow. Something will come to my mind, and I am so happy with this. I decided to use those picture frames, and I wanted to frame those beautiful images, those stickers from this kit. And initially, I thought I'm going to put the frame over the sticker, and then I said, oh my gosh, I've seen Priya do this before. I've seen Amy do this before. I'm going to put the image, I'm going to make a window and put the image behind the window. And I am so happy with how this turned out. I've done like a door in the past using a sticker. I've done maybe like a flip door or window, but I haven't like done like a window or a picture frame like in this example. So look how adorable that is. You get the house on the other side of the page, and then when you flip the page, you've got the frame. It's like it's a picture of the house. So it's super fun. I'm so proud of myself. I really I really love how this turned out. All right, so now I'm just trying to figure out, okay, how do I figure out where to place the sticker? I didn't want to take it off the sheet yet, so I thought, okay, let me create the window first, and then I'll be able to determine where to put the door, the sticker on the other page. So I was counting the grid from the top and bottom, just trying to make sure that it was somewhat centered. And these stickers are also very forgiving. Um, I would have to like lift them up so that they could kind of lay straight and it didn't rip the page, so that was very nice. And again, I got those sticker sheets from Hobby Lobby. All right, so cutting out the window, and then I figured out that I could kind of place the sticker, lift the page, and then push it down, and voila, it's perfect. So it's so pretty. I love it. I wish you could see it in person. It really is just it's so fun. All right. I wanted to vary the shapes of these stickers on the page. So I've got the oval going on here. And again, very forgiving. I could lift it, place it correctly. And then squirrel, I was like, I need to bring that bronzy gold onto the other side of the page, which I don't know that well, we'll see how you'll see how it comes out later on in the video, but I decided to cut the bow and put it at the top of the door there. So back to what I was doing before I got distracted. I'm cutting out the oval for this frame, and the first couple of them cut really well. But yeah, being left-handed, you kind of can't see where things are going, and so I have to come back and cut out the rest of that white space. But yeah, still turns out pretty good. All right, so on to the next image. I really wanted to use this little barn, and this one took a little bit more finagling, like trying to get just the right spot. And luckily for me, light touch didn't like melt it into the page. I was able to kind of lift it and move it little by little until I got it into the right spot. And there we have it. Okay, so now I'm just trying to figure out what am I going to do to decorate. And I just kind of, I don't know, went with the flow. Decided to put this bow garland at the bottom, trying to figure out where could I put these other frames, which is essentially where I got the idea from is those other frames inside the sticker kit. And so now at this point, I'm just trying to figure out how to fill in the white space because, you can't have all this white space. And there's plenty of stickers to choose from to fill that in. And this is where music would be helpful, but we can also just sit in silence. That's okay too. I do end up with quite a bit of this kit still remaining, so I'll need to figure out another way to use these. I feel like with these washi tape type sticker kits, I generally don't use them in my regular planner. Um, there's something in my mind that I'm like, these can only be for the journals. But I know they can be used. I just think in my mind, the lines in the journal, um, I don't know, I just don't feel like I could use them there. But I need to. I need to try because this kit is so beautiful and I do have a lot of stickers left. So I really should try to incorporate it into my regular disbound Live Love Posh quad planner that I use. All right, so I feel like it's coming together pretty good. I just need to trim off some of those leftover pieces. And now I'm going to fill in those headers for gratitude and prayer list. And I feel like I have a decent amount of room to write. Um, Definitely for the gratitude, I can write, you know, in between or each side of the houses and the door. Um, I don't write super big, and I generally don't have a huge gratitude list, although I have plenty, plenty to be grateful for. Don't get me wrong, but sometimes I forget to come back and write things as, I don't write them as frequently as I should. All right, so I do go ahead and lift up gratitude. It comes up fairly easy. It had a little bit of a rip, but that's okay because I was generally going to put it back down in the same spot. I wanted to make sure it didn't uh, appear in the window, and I wanted it to be aligned with the prayer list on the left-hand side. And so now I just wanted to kind of fill in that space to carry it similar to the way that it's carried on the left-hand side. And I love how with these sheets, there's like so many tiny, tiny. Oh, and here we go. We're going to use undo. So when I cut the bow, the strings of it like disappeared and I didn't know where it went. And I found it. It fell on her legs and I knew it was going to end up ripping it. So I decided to use undo. And so while we're here, let's add some more bows to the page, some more decorative elements because I'm team use all the stickers. We can't have any white space. And primarily this page it was meant to be decorative. I wasn't going to write anything on it. So I decided let's just throw some more stickers on there. Okay. So as I was looking at this page, I didn't like how blank it is. So I decided, okay, I'm going to put the frames on the other side because it just looked too blah. So while these are not necessarily inverted images, um, they do fit pretty well back to back, but I did have a little bit of an overhang um, where the clear sticker is hanging over the image. So I had to go back and cut those because previously I was cutting them on, you know, the dot grid paper. And here I am trying to find my tweezers. My desk is a mess at this point, and I'm losing everything. Um, but yeah, I'm actually soon going to be moving back into my craft room. I'll be leaving my temporary space because my parents and my grandmother have found it's called a cottage. They found a little cottage to move into. It's basically like a two-bedroom apartment, and I will be able to move back into my craft room. So I I do want to film kind of a like a moving back in slash reorganizing my craft room. And um, it is a video that I originally filmed at the very, very beginning of starting my YouTube channel. And I just kind of got discouraged and didn't want to post it. And I think I did lose a little bit of the footage. And so I thought that I would kind of do like, this is where it started. This is how it like transformed, and here we are now, basically. So yeah, I'm hoping to get that filmed uh, this month as I move back in and maybe get it up up on my channel like sometime in November. All right, so I am looking at this page and loving that the frame is there now. I don't like that I had to cut the frame around the prayer list at the top, so we are going to fix that towards the end of this video. But in the meantime, I am just loving putting down all these little like farmhouse animals into the scenes. We've got like a cow and a duck and a little kitty cat. Um, I think there's like a geese or something in there. It's just so cute, so adorable. I really, really, really love this set. It's just so fun. All right, so again, just trying to fill in a little bit of decorative, knowing that I am going to do some writing in here, but in those tight spaces, I probably won't write anything. So we'll just fill them with stickers. Okay, so I'm looking at the page, looking at the pages. Oh, I forgot to put new releases on this page. So scroll, I come back to this page and fill in the new releases. I've mentioned this before, and I completely forgot when I made my order. I really want to reach out to Paper Trail Plans and see if she would be willing to add new releases to her collection of headers, the script fonts that she has in her shop that I use for every other page. I would love to have that consistency and put new releases there. She has other ones like self-care bingo, um, goals. Like she's got other type of headers. I don't know if anyone else would use the new releases, but I would. Anyways, I have to shoot her an email and see if I could make a special request. So yeah, we're just gonna finish up this page with a little quote. I have my little dot stickers for a checklist. Um, I'm hoping that I can reference a Live Love Posh release here pretty soon. They are having a little bit of delays at the ports, and so we're just kind of waiting to see when those are actually going to drop. Okay, so I came back a little bit later and decided I needed to put an insert in. I did not like that when I flipped the prayer list page, the frames were not framing anything special. It was the images on the other page and it was kind of cutting it off. So I go back to my trusty undo. I lift the prayer list, but somehow they still just didn't look very well. And I had to cut the frame. So I went ahead and just put another one on top to fill in that piece that I had to cut. And then I decided I'm going to use the Bible journaling sticker book from Amber Plans Her Day and fill the frames with a Bible verse. I think it turned out so beautiful. It is so fitting for a prayer list. And I mean, I have seen frames with Bible journaling sayings. I have two that I need to hang up at some point. They're sitting on the floor next to my office desk. I just haven't put them up on the wall. And I think these turned out really good. So I just decided to go ahead and put a little bit of like elements, little florals, leaves, acorns, kind of around the quotes. And I just think it turns out really, really cute. I love it. I'm so glad I decided to do that. I really just enjoyed all these little tiny elements that she has on these sticker sheets. They just make a page look really good. All right, so I used a washi. Oh, my daughter had come over. She's like, "Mom, what is that? That is so cute." She enjoyed being able to stick her finger through there. All right, so I needed to fix that top section because when I lifted the prayer list, it ripped the page a little bit. And I thought, I'll just go ahead and frame this out. I had these two like wavy gold strips, and I thought that would just add some more decoration to the page. And I think that turns out really good. All right. So I went ahead and added some tip and tape. This is from Lauren Phelps Designs. It's just a transparent pre, uh, how would you say, pre-folded scored down the middle. So you put one half of it on your page that you're tipping in, and then the other half into your journal. And it's got adhesive on both sides, and you just fold it in half. It's already um, pre folded, if you will, for you. And then you just adhere it, and it's perfect. All right. So now I decided to make this, I guess, like the entry page of my prayer list. I've mentioned in other videos that I typically um, will do some sort of setup where I can hide hide my prayer list so that if I'm flipping my book in other videos that you won't necessarily see what I've written down. It's just not something I want to share on social media. And so this is a nice way to kind of hide it and it's not seen. So yeah, that's going to be my entry page. And I'm just looking for more elements to kind of decorate it. I didn't want to go overboard. And so I think this added a really good, nice touch at the top. So there we have it.
All right, let's just do a final looky loo at how everything turned out. Okay, so here is the monthly, and then this month. I'm not sure if you can see it, but this is where I had to add that extra sheet to fix the little mistake I made. And then I've got my order tracker. I just write date, company, description, amount, and received. So I'll just put a check mark there. And then we've got our little new releases page, and I've got the little like waterfall or Dutch door. It's got those images inverted, and social media. It's so cute. And then we've got my entry page for the prayer list. This is just a tip in. It's in pink. So this is where I'll write my prayer list. And then on this side, we've got these beautiful frames framing in some beautiful images. And then when we flip to this side, those frames are over the different Bible quotes. And then this is the gratitude list. And so I can write here and here. And look at those little animals. We've got little hen, a little kitty cat, cow, a duck and her little crew. Oh, it's so cute. So there we have it. That is my October sticker journaling setup. I hope you enjoyed this process in this video. And again, if you could just let me know down in the comments, do you prefer the voiceovers? Would you prefer just listening to music and watching the process? I'm really interested to see what the majority says. And yeah, thank you so much for sticking around, for watching. Make sure to like this video and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you will know when I post my next video. I appreciate you. I hope you have an awesome month of October, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, friends. Bye.